Hi, welcome. Right, let's get started. We're going to start on our feet, coming to the edge of our mat. Spread your toes and drop your shoulders down away from your ears. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. As we exhale out through the mouth, our chin's going to drop to our chest. We're going to hollow out the belly, round slightly through the shoulders and travel towards the floor, moving from the hips. We're going to come towards the mat. If we need to bend our knees now, we will. We're going to walk out and find our preferred position for a press up. Hands underneath the shoulders, weight of the body over the wrists, hips in line with the shoulders. Bend the elbows, lower to the floor. Exhale, push and come back up. Then we're going to walk our hands back to our feet and slowly come back up to standing. Getting a little bit of a stretch through the back of the legs until we come up to standing. The shoulders drop down and away. We relax the neck muscles. Again, inhale deeply. Exhale out through the mouth. As you breathe out, you feel the tummy come inwards. We start to round through the spine to come forward, reaching towards the mat. Walk out into your press up position. Take a breath in to lower. Exhale, push the floor away to come back up. And then take your time walking your hands back to your feet. Stretching the legs if you've got straight legs. Don't worry if you are using the bent knee option. Take your time doing this is to not get too lightheaded. We've got walk your hands out and lower down. Inhale to go down. Exhale to push the floor away, come up. Strong through the shoulders and strong through the chest. A little stretch for the legs at the bottom. Halfway through here. Good, big breath in at the top. Feel that expansion. As we exhale, we close the rib cage a little bit closer towards the pelvis. Keep the arms connected to the back as we fold forward. Reaching towards the mat and gently padding those hands out into your press up position. So we're starting off with a moderate pace for this class today. So if this feels a bit much for you, remember to take your options. You can bend your knees and take a little bit of a easier option on the press ups in terms of your box or your knee position. Final one here, walk your hands out to the floor. And then back out. Now, can I get you to bring your hands in, whether you're on your knees or not? Can you lunge your right leg forward? And here is the option if you need it. If having this back leg straight doesn't feel great for you, you're gonna bend the knee. You're still gonna get what I want you to get out of this movement as we go forward. So, I'm gonna straighten my back leg because I quite enjoy it. Hands on the inside of your foot. So I have my right foot forward. We're gonna take the hand nearest the foot up towards the ceiling and have a little twist through the spine. Place it back down onto the mat, and this side might feel a little bit wobbly, so take your time and twist the other hand up towards the ceiling. Bring your hand down and we're gonna swap the legs. So take that leg back out and then lunge your other leg forward. Take your time to get into position if you need to. Remember the option of bending the back legs there if we need it. And then we take the hand nearest the foot up towards the ceiling, pushing into the palm on the mat, reaching the fingers up. Place the hand back down on the mat, and we swap sides. Bring the hand back down, and you're gonna bring the feet together, drop onto your knees. Take a moment to go into a child's pose, with your hips back on your feet, your hands forward, and your head down to the mat. We're not gonna be here for long. Coming back up. Grab the ball if you have it to hand. Place the ball underneath your left hand and making sure that the weight of the upper body is over our palms. The elbows are soft and we're feeling strong in the upper back. So taking that right leg away from us, making sure we feel balanced here. We're soft on the ball. Big breath in. As we exhale, push your hand into the ball, lift your leg away from the mat, squeezing through the glutes. Lower the leg down, release the energy in the ball. So it's a coordination of the two. Breathe out, press the ball, lift the leg. Now, as you're pressing the ball, I want you to think about your abdominals here. So we engage, press and lift. A few things to think about here. So that's why we started quite quickly. Moderate pace, keep the energy up throughout halfway through here. So we're going to do 10 of these. Try and stay balanced through the hand and the knee. Press into the ball, lift the leg. Release the hand on the ball. Good, let's go for 2 more. Keeping the hips balanced. And last one. Good, keeping the energy on the ball, keep the leg lifted. You're gonna take the foot behind the other foot and touch the side of the mat. Sweep it up and over in like a rainbow shape to the other edge of the mat. And we go over for 2, and back for 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Good, bring that leg back in, take a little moment to pause. Share the weight of the body through the 2 hands, shoulders away from the ears. Now, we're gonna lift that foot up towards the ceiling with a 90-degree bend behind the knee. You're gonna drop the knee down to the floor and then press your heel up to the ceiling for 10, that's 1. Breathe in, exhale up 2. With the hand on the ball, this should start to feel a little bit more challenging than when we've done this before. Good, number 4. Keep breathing through it. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good, relax the muscles in the neck. Last one, and bring it back in. Good. Wiggle the hips off if they feel like a little bit of tension or heat in them. And then we're gonna swap the ball over to the other side. Take the left hand up towards the ceiling and straight into your thread the needle. So bend the right elbow, reach your hand underneath your armpit with your ear closer to the mat. Keeping the hips still, reach up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, twist and reach. 2 more. Moving through the rib cage. And last one. Good, bringing that hand back onto the mat. Now we place the ball underneath our right hand. We reset our posture and get ready to do that all onto the other side. So we're stretching our left leg away. We're thinking about our balance between our hands and our knee and coordinating our breath here. Breathing in. As we exhale, press the hand into the ball, lift the leg, squeeze from the glutes. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press the hand, lift the leg for 2. Good. And 3. Concentrate on your abdominal engagement here, on that feeling in the body of the belly button coming in towards your spine. Halfway through. Helps with that balance feeling, so we're not loading or leaning too far onto the right leg. And 7. Good. 8. And 9. 10, we're gonna hold that leg up and keep the energy in that ball. Sweep that leg over to the other side, behind the foot, up and over in a rainbow shape for 1 and 2. Good, 3 and 4 and 5. Keep working hard. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Good, the leg comes in, rest. Reset that upper body position if we need to, because as it gets quite hard, the shoulders might come up to the ears. Let's flex the foot, bring the knee up and away with the foot close towards the bum. Touch the knee down towards the floor and then lift the heel up to the ceiling for 1 and 2 and 3. So really working into our glutes here. 4 and upper body and balance. 5. Good. 6. Concentrating here. 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Fab, bring that leg down, take the ball to the side, bring your hand up to the ceiling, straight into your thread the needle. Reach your hand through ear to the mat. Inhale, open up, big stretch. Exhale, keep your hips still, move the ribs. 2 more. Reach. Last one. Excellent. Good. Now bring yourself onto your side. We're going to lie with our feet in line with our body, Think of your hips, your ankles and your shoulders being stacked. Arm can be straight or bent, whatever's comfortable to hold your head in that position. And the hands are going to go down in front into a little tripod. We're going to take that nice big breath in. As we exhale, lift both legs away from the mat, squeezing through the inside thighs. And then inhale, lower down. Good. Now think of this muscle here cinching as you lift the legs away from the floor, and inhale, return and relax at the bottom. Exhale, lift and lower. So try and think about the muscle fibers in the lower abs and the pelvic floor helping to keep your hips still as you lift those legs away. So this is going to be a bit more of an ab exercise than anything else from this position. Halfway through. Good, breathe and lift, reach the toes away from your body. And if you really want to challenge yourself at this point, try and take your hand away, maybe hold your hip. Bring that awareness to how balanced you're feeling here. 2 more. Good, on this next one, we're going to hold this position and lift the top leg away for 6 reps. Lift it up and down. Stay lifted through the legs. We're just moving that top one up in line with the top of the body. Staying balanced through the hips. This might feel really hard. Good, last one. And legs together, lower back down. Fab. Bring the knees forward, the feet behind. We're going to go into our clam. Same here for the hand. If you want to have it in front, try it on the tripod position. If not, maybe place it onto your hips. We're going to go out with the knees on the exhale. Inhale, allow the leg to come back down. Try and relax the thigh here and think about moving the bone. Opening out to the side for 3. Good, and 4. And 5. So marrying it up with your breath. Inhale, leg closes. Exhale, open the palm. And 8. And 9. And 10. So we're going to hold the clam. Point the foot forward. Keep the knees above one another. Then bend the knees, foot together, and the leg comes down. Open into your clam first. Hold this position with the thigh. Straighten from the knee. Bend, bring it back in and down. So it should start to feel like it's building a little bit of heat into the glute now. We're halfway through with these ones. Take your time. Think about full range of movement. Good, and last one. Good, hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend, down and rest. Great. Last bit for this series here, onto your forearm into a plank position. So we want the elbow under the shoulder, the hips and knees stacked and the feet behind us. We're going to open into a clam at the top of the plank. So first we do with the plank, rib cage is hugged inwards. We lift the hips on the exhale and then we open the knees apart. We close the clam and we lower the hips. Good, 4 more. Into plank, find the clam at the top, close the clam and down. Collarbones wide, shoulders back and down. Lift to plank, open, close and down. Good. Up and down. Last one. Strong in the arm, strong in the legs. Good. And rest. Good. Come into a seated position. Reach your legs forward, have the toes softly pulled backwards. So your legs feel like they're nice and long and the back of the knees are trying to press into the mat. We're sitting tall on the sit bones with the hands reaching forward, ready to go into our spine stretch. Big breath in through the nose. As we exhale out through the mouth, similar to the warm-up, we're going to reach our hands and our head towards our feet, rounding through the upper mid-back. Stretch as far forward as comfortable and then reverse the movement, slowly coming back into that upright position. 3 more times. Big breath in. As we breathe out, as if you were going over a beach ball in front of you, try and keep your arms lifted and just reach the crown of your head and your fingertips towards your feet. Come back up. 2 more times, breathing out. So as you breathe out, the belly button travels backwards, your hands and your head travel towards your feet. Round back up, and last one. Reach as far as you can. And then as you come into your upright position here, take your left hand, sweep it behind and reach the hands away from one another. Bring it back in, and then we go to the right, sweep your right hand behind, reach the hands away from one another. Come back in and rest your hands down. Place the hands behind your body and then just gently roll the legs left to right. So moving the legs around the pelvis. We're now going to come over to the other side. So I'd like to lay down on the other side, ready to do our leg lifts. So resting your head on your arm, stretching the legs away, hands into the tripod position. As we exhale, lift the legs, and then inhale, lower down. We're doing this for 10. Good, 2. Thinking about pulling the waist muscles in, balancing on the hip. If you're able to lift your legs quite high, but it feels really wobbly, try dialing it down just a bit. Halfway through. 6, squeezing the thighs together. 7, and 8, and 9. Good. 10, we hold, lift the top leg away for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, stay lifted, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, both legs together, down with control. The feet coming towards your sit bones or towards the back of your body. Your knees are out in front. We're going to go into our clams. Hands on the hip or the tripod position in front, depending on the balance you have. As we exhale, open the knees apart, but keep the hips facing forwards, and inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up, and down. Good. 3, and 4. Now if you do this and it starts to feel uncomfortable in the front of the hips, please play about with your foot positioning to see where you can really target it into the side of the glutes. 3 more. Let the leg feel heavy. You're moving the thigh bone. Holding on this one, adding that extension, point the leg forward. Bend the knee, feet together and down. Good. Open. Point. Bend. And down. Good. Open. Point. Bend. And down. Nicely done. We're here for 4 more now. Keeping the knees above one another, nice and controlled. Keeping the thigh bone where it is and straightening from the knee. 2 more. And then we're going to hold that last one. So we're holding that position, straighten the leg for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we close it down and come up onto our forearm, ready to do our planks. So elbow once more underneath the shoulder, making sure the knees are slightly out in front and the feet are behind. Rib cage is pulled in. For 5 reps, we find our plank. We lift the top leg out into clam, close and down to the mat, keeping pulled in through the side of the body. Exhale, clam, close and down. Good. And on 3. And on 4. And number 5. Good. Rest. Now we're going to come onto our backs, but we're going to make sure the ball is to hand. So come down onto your back, into the middle of your mat. And we're going to start with some leg circles. We're going to stretch our legs away. We're going to bring the right leg up towards the ceiling, hands down by our side, and start with some small circles, swinging the leg around in a circular motion about the size of a serving plate. And we're here for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Smooth transition, other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, grab behind the thigh. Give the leg a little stretch by pulling it in towards you until you feel the energy or the stretch behind the back of the knee. And then bend the knee, slide the other leg away, and do the circles on the opposite leg. So bring the leg up, straighten, and when we're ready, keeping the hips still, we circle around for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Smooth transition. Go, and again, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Grab behind the back of the thigh. Give the leg a squeeze until you feel a stretch through the back of the leg. And then we're going to go into our ab sequence. So bend the knee. Bend the other knee, bring the feet in towards your sit bones. We're going to do a single leg stretch with the ball. And it's going to look a little bit like this. Both legs will be in tabletop. You're going to stretch one leg away, and whatever leg you have close towards the ball is going to press into the ball. And then we swap, and we swap. So we're going to do that for 10 reps with the head down. Lift the legs into tabletop. Start with the ball on one leg. Whichever leg hasn't got the ball, stretch it forward. Keep the hips still, think about your abdominal control. Breathe in, exhale, swap and press. And press. Good, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. A bit of energy between the hands and the knee. 8, and 9, and 10. Good, bend and give the knees a little hug inwards. So feet go down on the floor. Last bit here, you're going to place the ball underneath your hips. So not quite on your lower back, more on the bony landmarks in the back of the pelvis. Arms are going to be down by your side. Legs are going to come into tabletop and find that balance on the ball. So if this feels incredibly wobbly at this stage, maybe revisit some of the earlier videos to gather your strength before trying this one. Put it at the end of the class because it's a little bit harder. We're going to take a breath in, guys. As we exhale, you're going to bring your knees in towards you, lifting them off the ball slightly, and then back down onto the ball. So we're moving the hips off the ball, legs come towards us, and then back onto the ball, like a bit of a reverse crunch. Breathe out and breathe in. Breathe out and breathe in. Keep the shoulders relaxed, press the back of your arms into the mat. Give me 3 more if you can manage it. And 2 more. And last one. Good. Feet onto the mat. Take the ball from behind the hips and place it to the side. Then place that ankle on top of the knee, ready to stretch out through your glutes. Grabbing the thigh, pull it in towards us, give it a nice big deep squeeze. See how that feels. If you want to make it a bit harder, you can work your hands to the front of the leg. Just squeeze, what forces you to squeeze that leg in a little bit more. And then we're going to release the hold of the stretch. Keep the legs in this position, but place the foot onto the floor and rock the legs from left to right, keeping that sort of figure of 4 shape through the lower half of our body. And you should feel it start to twist through the waist if you can keep your shoulders and ribcage down and let your lower body move. Last one. And we'll change sides. Coming back into the center and place the other leg on top. Find that stretch, whether that be holding the back of the thigh or if you're able to pull in the shin bone in towards you. Give it a good squeeze, see how deep you can take that stretch. Very needed after the first half of the class. And then release, but keep the shape of the legs. Foot goes on the floor, hands out to the side, and gently let the legs twist from left to right, keeping that shape. So externally rotating the thigh And a little stretch through the lower back and the waist. Good. And we'll finish there, guys. Well done.